Hey guys, this is Dr. Callahan with Week 10 Thursday. How are you guys doing? Go ahead and pause the video and answer the following 3 questions for your warm-up log. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and just jump right in. We have a bit of things to go over today. The assignment is already posted on your MS team, so make sure you guys view that to ensure that you actually get the attendance for today. First, I'm having you guys do is, because we are on Pi Day, we're going to do a quizzes for Pi Day, and it's going to be fairly simple for the most part. You're going to go over to this one here. It is just going to be 16 questions. You're going to go to joinmyquiz.com, and you're going to go ahead and type in the code word 592-02114. So joinmyquiz.com, 592-02114, and then that is basically it. All right, so with that said, I'm going to have you guys go ahead and turn over to Week 10 Thursday's whole guided notes, which looks like this. We're going to go over 3 examples, and with each of the examples I go over, you are going to do a you-try problem on your own. So take a look at what is expected of you to do. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to talk about how to solve quadratic equations with square roots. Okay, so copy this down under number 1. So 25x squared minus 49 equals 0. So your goal is to get x by itself. So the first thing to do is you are going to add the 49 on both sides. When you do that, your 49 cancels on the left side. 0 plus 49 is a 49. And after that, you're going to divide it on both sides. Notice that 49 and 25 are perfect squares. And what I mean by that is, remember, 49 square root is a 7. Square root of 25 is a 5. So then your 25 cancels, and you're just going to keep it as is. Then lastly, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put a square root on them. You're going to go ahead and put a square root on both sides. Let's see what's going on here. Let's make sure something happened. Hang on, guys, something got lost here. And I am trying to go back to it. Okay, here we go. All right, sorry about that. That was kind of odd. Let's retry this one more time. Here we go. Now you're going to go ahead and square root both sides, which gives you a square root of 49 over 25, which is just a plus or minus 7 over 5. And that is your answer. And you didn't want to go ahead and divide the 49 with the 25 because you know it's not going to be a perfect number. And then also, you know, 49 and 25 are perfect squares, so you just want to keep it in a fraction. Okay, now that I went over one with you guys, I want you to try one out on your own. So this is a U-turn right here. I have the steps given to you right there. Answer is 11 over 3. So go ahead and pause the video and try it on your own. All right, if you're ready for the steps, here they are. And that is your turn number 1. Okay, now it's my turn. Let's go over example 2. 27x squared minus 48 equals 0. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to add the 48 on both sides. After which, we're going to go ahead and divide by the 27. Now with this one, notice that 48 and 27 are not perfect squares. So let's go ahead and divide them. And if you do divide them, it's still not going to give you a perfect number. So maybe not divide them, maybe reduce them. You know that 3 goes into 48 and also 3 goes into 27, which guess what? Reduces it down to a 16/9, and they are indeed perfect squares. So what is the square root of 16/9? Plus or minus 4/3. Now that I went ahead and go over the second one with you, I want you guys to go on to the next one on your own. Okay, so for your turn number 2, here is your question. So you guys go ahead and pause the video and do this one on your own. Once again, you're gonna add the 144 on both sides. Notice 144 and 16 are both perfect squares. So we're gonna go ahead and reduce that, which gives me a plus or minus 12/4. And in this case, you can reduce it one more time, which is gonna be a plus or minus 3. All right, you guys, we're gonna be on to copy the spread out on the number 3. Okay, this one's a little bit difficult because you have a bunch of numbers here. So the first thing I want you to do is get rid of the orange, which is a -28. So we're gonna add 28 on both sides. Next, I want to get rid of the 2. So what's opposite of a times by 2? Divided by 2. Now 128 divided by 2 is going to give you a 64. And to get rid of that square, I'm going to square root both sides. So square root of 64 is going to give me a plus or minus 8. And then lastly, you're going to add 3 on both sides. You have 2 different answers. Positive 3 plus 8, which is 11. Positive 3 minus 8 is a -5. And those are your 2 different answers. All right, now that we've done this one, for the very last one, I would like you guys to go ahead and create an example and solve it. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to our next part, which is in your guided notes. And this might be a little bit outdated, but that's okay. If you were to go ahead and create a Facebook profile of a square root, what would you write on their page? So for example, some of the examples I've had in the past are interest, square root, domain range, and radical expressions. Some of the quotes about me: I like to square up while I square dance. Interest, square rooting. All right, so this is your rubric for it. And that pretty much concludes everything we'll be doing today, you guys. As always, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.